Murder style, y'all.
Insanity, insanity, whatever happened to humanity? Ooh.
Need for Speed. Unbound. Oh, man. Is a 2022 racing game that has been developed by Criterion Games and been published by EA. Unable to stop a robbery at a family auto shop, two friends are pushed to the breaking point, giving the player an opportunity to make their own mark on the streets, earning rep, and to go from rookie to top racing, winning the grand and reclaiming a stolen custom car. Need for Speed Unbound. I didn't think I'd be reviewing this. Some of my fans was telling me that this game is bad, this game is terrible. You haven't played a Need for Speed game in a long while, so please dodge it. It is of the devil. Some people saying it is the Fortnite of racing. I think that's my favorite comparison. Call it the Fortnite of racing. Even though I kind of find that offensive, but because I don't fuck with Fortnite, I don't fuck with Genshin Impact, I don't fuck with any of these fucking new generation games. I just don't. Period. I just don't. I think it's shitting on the creativity of gaming, and I feel like games like that shouldn't even be compared as games. I feel like those should just be experiences for you to walk into the path of the gaming genre. And some people was just telling me just don't even review it because it's not your type of game, so just stay away from it, and whatever you say does not fit the opinion of a racing gamer. Well, here it goes. I haven't played a Need for Speed game in a very long time, and the reason was because even I was a die-hard racing gamer fan. It all started with Ridge Racer. I used to play the Ridge Racing games on the PS2, the last one on the PS3, and I even played some on the Xbox 360, and I played some on the PlayStation Portable. I have played basically most, probably even all the Ridge Racer games, if I'm not mistaken, unless these assholes release it in Japan, I didn't even fucking know about it. But I played all the Ridge Racer games. I love them all to the point where I even dig deeper into the racing gaming genre. Not just because of Ridge Racer, but because I wanted to see what more racing games was in the market that I was missing out on. I played Project Gotham, I have played the Midnight Club games, and I've walked into Need for Speed. Need for Speed back then pulled me in. It did not disappoint me, especially Need for Speed Most Wanted on the Xbox 360. Anybody that has played Need for Speed Most Wanted would probably be on my side. I love Need for Speed Most Wanted. I love the story, I love the development cycle, and I was pulled in by the atmosphere of the game itself, by me trying to get enough reputation as I can, and at the same time, me just trying to see how the story would play off when I take down each of these people that was hardcore racers. I loved it. I thought it was great, especially when the cops was chasing my ass. They couldn't fuck with this nigga right here, bro. But as Most Wanted kind of deteriorated my soul, then we had Need for Speed Carbon. I played it and I did not like it as much as I did with Need for Speed Most Wanted. But then we had more Need for Speed games that came out, and it was beginning to be the Fast and Furious of racing games. And honestly, the more Need for Speed games they made, the more I stayed away from it. And honestly, I just didn't want to hear it. I didn't even want to know anything about no more racing games, period. I was done. And it's not like I played the games after Carbon. After Carbon, I was done playing them. I looked at reviews and I seen footages and I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done with this shit. So I officially took away my own racing gamer tag. I was like, I'm done with racing games. I'm no longer a fan. So then I hear about Need for Speed Unbound. Now, I didn't even know this game was coming out. I didn't even know that this game fucking existed until a few days ago. Now, how do I feel about Need for Speed Unbound? Did it win me over? Did I enjoy the game? Did the game fulfill my love out of the coffin? Did it take my love and dug it up from the racing love grave? I like this game. I more than like it. I love this game a lot. I love this game with a passion. Now, anybody that reviewed this game, and you see reviewers, or you probably played it yourself, I'm gonna kindly tell you this: people that don't like this game because they are probably gave the game so many chances, or they probably was expecting something in their own genre, or they probably wanted the game to be back into the roots that it was known for. It's not like that here. And to be honest with you, majority of these games is not going to bring back that love that we known and love. They probably might bring it back, but they're going to add different elements to it. Let's just say here that Need for Speed Unbound, they have brung some elements back, but they have tweaked it. In my opinion, it was successful. Let's start with the story of the game. The story is lackluster. The story is not creative. The story really lacks the innovation with the characters. I mean, you can create your own character, which I thought was great. I made my character try to look so much similar as the character that I got on the Saints Row reboot, because the elements of the character design is a little bit similar in my opinion. But you can't name your character, which is a letdown. You can name your fucking car, but you can't name the girl that you with. I mean, the character that you make. What? Why not? But back to the story. I felt like the story itself was lacking the creativity, but I can't really say much because let's just be fair here. The story of these racing games, other than Need for Speed Most Wanted, are not really that creative. Even Need for Speed Most Wanted was the story, even though I was pulled in, but it wasn't creatively done. It wasn't to the point where it was Oscar worthy, or if it was best story of the year. There's a reason why there's no nominees for racing games, no nominees for racing movies, because they start off kind of similar to like this. Something fucked up happened and the person got to be a professional driver, and they have been a professional driver for so long, or they retired. And that's kind of what Need for Speed Unbound is. You have to build yourself from the ground up so you can get what's yours. And a lot of games, racing games, do this, and I felt like we've been there and done that. So I did not mind it at this point. But I will say this though, the game do pull you in when it comes to you being into the mode of the racing genre. Soon as you start the game and you create your character, you already in the streets. And this game is based on Chicago. That was kind of like one of the other reasons why I wanted to buy this game too. Now, it is lacking a lot of innovation with Chicago, which is a letdown to me. But there were some areas in Chicago that I was pulled in, that I was familiar with, and some places that I've actually been to. But at the same time, I was immersed with the whole aspect of me getting pulled in of what it was happening to offer with this game. I did like the fact that things was happening so quick, you earning your reputation, you getting pulled in by the chemistry of each of these characters that you meet and you come across by, because there's some characters on this game that will try to help you, that will try to give you information of how to overcome the obstacles of these fucking assholes that are, that have more reputation than you in the streets. And there are some characters on here that are fucking terrifying. The racing is great too. I do like the racing of the game. It's a bit on the clunky side when it comes to you being maneuvered with the environment, especially with the cars that you use. But listen, man, you get better as you play. I don't want you people to look at IGN and you get discouraged. They only going by the experience of what is thrown at you at the beginning of the game, not throughout the whole game itself. You will get better as you play. They want you to feel like a rookie, and you earn that material when you progress through the game itself. At least for me, I thought that by the game being a little hard for me to use a certain maneuvers of the game, I thought it was because of me not racing it a long while, especially with my character. But as I was getting better, as I was upgrading my car, as I was adding new tweaks and features to it, I think that's with every fucking game. You would get better as you play more, and that's how I was playing Need for Speed Unbound. Now, some people also had a problem with the animated comic book feature of the game. I didn't have a problem with it at all. I thought it looked pretty good. Now, to be fair here, you have got to notice Need for Speed kind of want to take a couple steps back of adding real people into the game, even though I thought that was pretty unique. I thought it was pretty good, but they're trying different things, and I thought this was necessary. Don't let the gameplay interfere with the cinematography of how the characters look in the game itself. It does not play a part in this. It still feels good and it still plays good, okay? Same thing with the music. I was pulled in with the music as well too. Like every single track they played on this game made me want to play this game even more. For some reason I couldn't put my fucking controller down. Now just in case if you're running the game, does also have multiplayer mode too, just in case if you got done beating the story. Now for some reason the progression of the story doesn't carry over with multiplayer, so you have to start all over with your progression through multiplayer. I was kind of getting like Watch Dogs Legion vibes. Like you know, you make your squad, you do everything throughout the city, and then when you do online, you start all over. So there's story progression and there's online progression when it comes to you getting your cars upgraded, finding the right car, doing everything that you can with your car, getting your rep up, saving your money. You gotta start all over again when it comes to you playing online. But honestly, here, even though I thought that was a little bit of a letdown, but it added more meat to the grinder because I wanted to have more fun as I was playing online, especially when I was playing with my friends. Overall, people may want to stay away from Need for Speed. People want to not play this game. But I'm going to tell you right now, you want a racing game? This is a racing game. Is a racing game fun? The game is fun. Is the game broken? The game has some slight issues, but what game is perfect at fucking launch? The game has some slight issues there and there, but not to the point where the game is unplayable. Not to the point where the game is cheating you out of your money. Which I do have to say here, this game is too fucking expensive. This game is $70? But I bought the deluxe edition. But still, $60, $60. I like this game, but even this is not worth $60. I think cut it down. Cut it down to 50. Cut it down to 50, please. This game is not worth that much. Cut down the price. Then I have to recommend it to everybody else. But other than that, if you're just aching for a racing game, and if you're like me, you buried yourself from racing games because you're just tired of the route it was taking, and you're looking for a new route, and you're hoping that it worked out here, trust me, you're gonna have fun playing Need for Speed Unbound. Okay, no matter what anyone tells you, I'm gonna have to give Need for Speed Unbound a B-. I'm telling you, man, this game is good. I've enjoyed it. I thought this game was acceptable. I thought this game was indeed fun. And the thing is, I have not played with any friends until after I beat the game. After I beat the game, I still want to play more of it. And me playing with my friends online is kind of what made me want to start all over. So please, guys, if you guys have friends like that, and if y'all aching for a racing game, pick it up. You see her in the back. Well, that's all I have to say for today. Please stay tuned for up. When I mess up, I have to just leave it at that. You guys, y'all have a good day, okay? And you guys take it easy.